Hi guys, welcome to Like.Mother.Like.Daughter. I'm Claire and this is another part of my Claire's Flair. Pretty soon when I start doing a lot of these videos, I'm just going to say, hi, welcome to Like.Mother.Like.Daughter. This is Claire's Flair or whatever. I'm going to make you guys my special brownies. I'm going to teach you guys how to make them. The brownie mix I use because my mom has her own special brownies, so the brownies that I make aren't as special. They're not homemade, technically. I'm going to be using Betty Crocker's dark chocolate brownie mix. It's my favorite, but Betty Crocker, you can use any brownie mix. Alright, I'm sorry if you guys have an issue. We use knives. I apologize for my life. I'm being a little sarcastic, yes. So what I have in this bowl already is 2 eggs, a half a cup of vegetable oil, and a 1/4 cup of water. But I'm just going to poke and whisk. So the recipe doesn't call for this, but I'm going to use a little bit of vanilla, about 1/4 of a teaspoon to 1/2 of a teaspoon. And I also put a little bit of cinnamon. I put about a teaspoon to 1.5 teaspoons in there. But like I said, my measurements aren't really, if you don't want to put cinnamon, don't put cinnamon. I like the way the cinnamon adds a flavor, like the depth, like if you add a little bit of instant coffee to your brownies, it adds another flavor and some more depth in there. Mix all of that up before I put the brownie mix in there because you don't want to mix the brownie mix up too much when you get it together. Alright, so make sure you don't throw out the box that you use because my cooking directions are going to be a little bit different. They're going to be a little bit different if you don't use the same exact brownies, the same exact pan. Every recipe, sorry, my head is a little bit cut off, but I can't help it with showing you guys what I'm cooking. This is my first cooking video, so I'm a little bit of an amateur, a newbie. So every recipe is going to vary, especially if you add your own things to it. My mom started making brownies like these, and then I had always made my own style of brownies, so I just adapted her brownies to my brownies. It's actually a family friend's recipe. An actual professional baker gave us this recipe. But I'm just mixing up this brownie mix. I actually really like this brownie mix because it's thicker than some of the brownie mixes, in my opinion. I'm going to get as much as I can off this whisk. Because where I come from, we don't waste nothing. But wear a shirt that you're not too fond of when you're baking. Especially if you're like me. I scrape the bottom. If you see any powder, just make sure it's mixed in. Okay, so now what I'm going to add is some milk chocolate chips. I use both milk chocolate and semi-sweet. But this is about maybe 1/4 of a cup. You don't need very many chocolate chips, in my opinion. Like, if you're just using chocolate chips, then yes, put a crap ton in there. But I'm also using peanut butter chocolate chips. So if you like peanut butter, put a 1/2 cup. If you don't, if you're not, you like it but you're not that much of a fan, put a 1/4 of a cup. Alright. Fold these in. The pan I'm using is, okay, so I don't actually know the size of this pan that I'm using, but it's a small pan. I use it for these brownies because I like it. I'm just using nonstick spray. With the chocolate chips, one thing I'm going to warn you about, don't just pour it all in one spot. Kind of do it evenly. Try to, at least. Because with the chocolate chips, they might not distribute like you want them to. One thing I always forget to do, always, without a doubt, is preheat the oven. So I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees for the pan that I'm using. And our oven is also as old as this house, so I'm not using this spatula anymore. And I want to put it in the sink, but I'm going to lick it now. Okay, so bowl is scraped. I'm going to use a spatula kind of to make sure all the chocolate chips are where I want them to be. Okay, so right now you could take some of the peanut butter chips and the chocolate chips or the mini peanut butter cups and sprinkle them on top right now and just bake them in. But I'm going to do an icing, so I'm not going to do that. But in about a minute, when the oven is preheated, I'm going to set them in there. But right now, I'm going to clean up a little bit. Okay, so the oven is preheated, so I'm going to start off by putting this in here for 30 minutes, and then I'll stick it in there and check it. Okay, so now for the fun part. Wipe down the counters first. This is my cleaning rag. Don't mind it. Now for the best part ever. Take about six, however many you want. Take some Reese's peanut butter cups, the minis, unwrap them. So fun. All of our chocolate stuff that we bake with in the freezer. Even our crunched up Heath bar candies that we cook with sometimes. My mom made Heath cookies. My mom and I love Heath bars. Okay, knife. Cut it into fourths. But don't cut yourself. So now grab a microwavable safe bowl and put some chocolate chips in there. A lot of chocolate chips. Pretty much a whole bag. Also, just put some peanut butter chips in there. Microwave them for about a minute to start off with. So, stir this up. The peanut butter chips are going to melt faster than the chocolate chips. But, just so you know, if you have chocolate chips that you've left out, if you leave your chocolate chips in your pantry, they're going to melt faster than the ones that we have in our freezer, just because of the temperature. Alright, now that these are almost melted, there's still a couple of chocolate chips in there that need to be melted. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of butter in there. Just a tablespoon. And now I'm going to put it in there for 15 seconds at a time instead of 30. Alright, once your butter has melted with your chocolate chips, take some peanut butter. This is about 1/4 of a cup. However much you like. Put that in there. Alright, now it's just time to wait for your brownies to get done. Alright, now that the brownies are done, the only thing left to do, ice it. The mini Reese's, so you just sprinkle those on there. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel because we love it when you do. If you want to see me make anything else, just comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!